And Saka has his penalty saved.
Watching Arsenal is watching Netflix, You always wait for the next season.
Let's be honest, for years, this was the joke of world football. They led the league for over 200 days and gave it away. They were called fragile, soft, the ultimate bottle jobs. Every time the pressure cooker turned on, Arsenal melted. But look at them now. How did a team mocked by the entire world transform from the biggest punchline in sports into absolute kings of England? How did Mikel Arteta survive the humiliation, purge a toxic club, and weaponize over £200 million in transfers to build an unstoppable machine? This isn't just a comeback. This is the greatest redemption story in modern football history. Here is how the ultimate bottlers became champions. To truly understand the glory, you have to remember the misery. When Mikel Arteta walked through the doors in December 2019, Arsenal Football Club was a sinking ship. They were rotting in 10th place. The dressing room was bolted with graveyard of highly paid and motivated superstars who didn't care about the badge on their chest. Arteta managed to lift an earlier FA Cup, but it was nothing more than a band-aid on a bullet wound. Arsenal was weak, they lacked a spin, and then the heartbreak became history. In the 2022-23 season, Arsenal led the Premier League for an astonishing 248 days. It was the longest any team in the history of English football had ever spent at the summit without actually winning the trophy. They didn't just lose the title, they disintegrated under the relentless, robotic pressure of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. The next year, in 2023-24 season, they chased them to absolutely wire, only to finish second again by a solitary agonizing 2 points. By the end of the 2024-25 campaign, Arsenal had suffered 3 straight seasons, ending in absolute heartbreak. The internet branded them permanently as bottle jobs. The football world treated it like a scientific law. Arsenal will always blink first. Even in this historic 2025-26 campaign, those old demons threatened to return. When Arsenal threw away a late lead against Wolves in earlier 2026, the social media vultures immediately began to cycle. The pundits smirked. Here they go again, they said, but they were wrong, because this time, Mikel Arteta's dressing room wasn't a fragile glass house. This time, they were made of steel. April 2021, the European Super League announcement ripped the very soul out of English football. In North London, Arsenal fans felt utterly betrayed. Though the club quickly withdrew and apologized, the bond was shattered. Trust was at absolute zero. Outside the Emirates, fans burned ownership in effigy. Inside the dressing room was poisoned by apathy. Then, Mikel Arteta drew his famous non-negotiables. If you didn't run, if you didn't fight, you were out. It didn't matter how famous you were. Cultural icons like Mesut Ozil and club captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang were ruthlessly cut loose. The purge had begun, but a manager's vision is only as good as the money backing it. For years, Kroenke was public enemy number 1, was accused of treating Arsenal like a stagnant line on a corporate balance sheet. But behind the scenes, a massive shift occurred. Stan's son, Josh Kroenke, stepped into the light. During a disastrous run of form earlier in Arteta's tenure, when the entire football world was screaming for the Spaniard's sacking, Josh Kroenke walked into Arteta's office, looked him in the eye, and said, "The only people you can trust are the ones in the room with you right now. Trust me, I believe in you." That wasn't just a corporate lip service. Kroenke Sports and Entertainment backed those words with a staggering £1.4 billion in gross transfer spending. They didn't just throw money at problems, they invested in a structural blueprint. Arteta and sporting director Edu began building from scratch. Their criteria: youth hunger and obsessional character. They bought Gabriel Magalhaes to be the rock of the defense, rescued Martin Odegaard from the Real Madrid bench and handed him the captain's armband. They bought in the elegant Ben White and they defied the critics by signing Aaron Ramsdale. Every single critic was proven wrong. Once the foundation was laid, Arsenal ruthlessly handed proven winners. They raided their ultimate rivals, Manchester City, bringing in Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko to inject a champion's mentality in the dressing room. Then came the heavy artillery. A club record £105 million deal for Declan Rice, the engine that transformed their midfield into an impenetrable fortress. Kai Havertz arrived, a polarizing figure who Arteta molded into a lethal, clutcher, big game monster. And finally, to seal the 2025-26 crown, the elite finishing touches, little Swedish marksman Victor Gyökeres and midfield Martin Zubimendi. Arsenal didn't make panic buys anymore. Every signing was data-driven, characterized, tested, and tactically perfect. The 2025-26 Premier League title wasn't stumbled into. It was an absolute demolition derby through the record books. The heartbreaking scar of the near misses in 2023 and 2024 had forged a machine. Arsenal didn't just win the league, they dominated it. They shattered their own historic club record for the most wins in a single Premier League season, blowing clean past their previous modern peak of 89 points. But what truly separated this Arsenal team from the Europe's elite was their absolute mastery of football's dark arts. The set piece. Enter Nicolas Jover, the mad scientist of dead ball situations. Under Jover and Arteta, Arsenal transformed corners and free kicks into an offensive cheat code, becoming the most lethal set piece team in European history. It wasn't luck, it was meticulous design. Arteta built a team of absolute giants. When Saka or Rice whipped a ball into the box, it was chaos by design. Blocking routines, decoy runners, and split-second timing. When stubborn low blocks refused to break, a thunderous Gabriel header or a clutch Havertz flick-ons unlocked the door. Opponents dreaded giving away a corner more than a penalty. Combined with the league's best defensive record, Arsenal achieved ultimate footballing equilibrium. Beautiful free-flowing football in possession, matched with an ugly, brutal, unstoppable efficiency when the ball stopped moving. With Arsenal lifting the Premier League trophy, the Kroenke sports empire achieved an unprecedented historic sporting monopoly. Super Bowls with the Rams, NBA titles with the Nuggets, Stanley Cups with the Avalanche, MLS Cups with the Rapids, and now the crown jewel of global sport, the Premier League. The owners who were once burned in effigy were now toasted as visionary architects. From bottle jobs to anticipated historic champions of England, Mikel Arteta didn't just rebuild a football club, he resurrected a fallen giant. He took a fanbase consumed by apathy, a dressing room poisoned by chaos, and an ownership detached from its roots, and he bonded them together into a singular unstoppable force. The 22-year exile is officially over. The jokes have stopped. The Gunners aren't just back at the top, they built a dynasty to stay there.